Hello, and welcome to the DIY guy, aka I don't know what my YouTube name is gonna be yet, because this is my very first ever YouTube attempt video I've ever attempted to make. So, that being said, I encourage all critics, comments, positive as very much so as negative. Tell me I'm a dumbass. Tell me I should make more. Yeah, let me have it. Rip into me with your thoughts and comments. I handle constructive criticism very well. That being said, um, so I am a 35-year-old male that of course appears to be a 20-year-old male, and have been blessed with this young appearance of always looking younger than what I actually am. But with that being said, usually every blessing comes with some sort of downfall one way or another, and mine happens to be acne. Pimples really bad all over my face, especially my shoulders, behind my ears, horribly bad. And over the years, I've taught myself a few very, very useful tricks. I do not encourage self harm or anything relevant, but I have mastered a couple of quick and easy techniques for popping pimples and doing it in a way that doesn't scab your face all up. And um, yeah, so essentially it's gonna sound and look and appear pretty brutal, but honestly, overall, it leaves a lot less scabs, a lot less noticeability, basically, as far as the pimple popping whole procedure goes. And it starts with my first little invention. Have you not started off with sewing needles? I learned that, especially me, being a man and having unfortunately incredibly thick skin, um, literally, it just, like, I can have a whitehead pimple, and like it will look like it's just dying to be popped and extremely ready, and like you would just barely be able to pinch it, and that it would just explode. And I can pinch on it and pinch on it and pinch on it and not get that sucker to do anything other than scab up, make my face look horrible, and just have a heck of a time trying to get it to pop. So I learned that if you pre-puncture in the perfectly right area, then it will literally just, barely having to pinch it, just pop right out of there. Everything will come out. And so I learned that with sewing needles, yes, they work good, but they kind of make too small of a puncture hole. And so I upgraded over the years more and more to where I learned that now basically what I do is I get something like a thin-ish little, like, what would you call this? Like a trim nail. And I put it in a drill, and with the sharp end pointing out, and basically just pull the trigger on the drill to where it's spinning, and then I sharpen it a lot finer with like a file or something, and of course something like a drill and a grinder blade would ultimately be the quickest, best idea. And then I just heat it up with a lighter or a torch or whatever to sterilize it and let it cool off, and then wipe it off real good with like a antiseptic hand wipe towel or something like that. And then basically just take the nail and basically just find the perfect spot of the center of it. And depending on how thick or thin your skin is, depends on, or uh, depending on how thick your skin is what determines how hard or light you have to push pressure to get it to puncture. You'll feel it pop through the layer of skin that you need it to pop through, or sometimes if it's in an area where the skin isn't that thick or whatnot, then you don't hardly have to push at all, and you won't always necessarily feel that pop. Once you feel that pop, though, you're golden. Usually right after that, you can just squeeze it and it will come right on out. Myself, particularly, I have such incredibly thick skin, which I know the saying of having thick skin determines it being a good thing, but in this case, it sucks. It really does. Because there's times like this one right here, I've punctured it with this exact needle or nail and still cannot get this sucker to pop any pimp juice as I call it. My pimp juice, I can't get any of my pimp juice to come out of that sucker, and I do not understand why, other than the fact that it's just so deep in there, it's just not quite ready, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on this by any means, and take this knowledge with a grain of salt, and just be safe, sterile, and cautious, and I promise you it will work though. And so another trick I recently taught myself is these things right here, pliers. I personally prefer channel locks. I cannot currently find my channel locks because I have most of my stuff packed up. I'm currently staying the weekend over at my mother's and leaving early in the morning to go back to my town that I'm living in to go back to work in the morning anyways. So I'm going to attempt to give examples with these pliers and my homemade little nail needle. So let me get into the bathroom real quick where there's a mirror to where I can better uh, perform a example for you, hopefully, if I can find any good ones. Hopefully we'll see how it goes. Just 1 second. Okay, now we're here in the bathroom, and I'm going to try to find one, hopefully, that I can perform an example demonstration with. Let's see, what do we got here? What do we got? Unfortunately, I didn't think of trying to make this video till after I just got done getting a couple of them, so I might not have any decent ones. Let me see. Hold on. I might have some on my shoulders. I usually always have something on my shoulders hiding back there. Just a second. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. What do we got? Ignore the stupid scar and the horrible tattoo that a stupid friend did years ago. That Unfortunately for me, since I couldn't see it as he was doing it, I had no idea how crappy of a job he was doing till after the fact. Let's see. Let me set the phone down so I can actually look myself instead of through the camera. What do we got? Come on, give me something good here. Give me something to show the folks. Gotta be at least one. Come on, man. I've got one that's extremely in a bad area, really hard to get to though. Let's see. So I've got. Sorry, this is extremely hard to pay attention to where I'm pointing the camera and also look at the same time. I don't know if I can get to that one and actually record it at the same time. Got this one way back here, but it's in a horrible spot. Well, I guess I could just try going straight to the plier method and see maybe if I can show you guys that way. Basically, with the pliers, you want to make sure you get an excessive grip of skin. You don't want to pinch it right where the pimple is. You want to get a big grip of skin around it. Gosh, this is overly complicated, more than I thought it would be. And of course, it's right in the middle of my back where I can't even see. Great. Alright, I had to start a different video to be able to flip the camera to these ones instead of the front ones. See if maybe that helps a little bit here. And now I can't see what I'm recording. That was not a good idea. Oh, great. This is just not working out. Bear with me here, folks. Like I said, this is my first ever attempt to even make a YouTube video or any type of video for that matter. Basically, here, I'll try to just give a demonstration of the plier method. So what you want to do is, it's really hard to see the ones I'm trying to show you. I pretty much already got this one. I don't think there's anything left in it. Or else I'd do that one, but here we go. Maybe if I get a little closer. Okay. So, what you want to do, see that real little one in the middle over there here? You want to get a good grip of skin, like a real good thick grip, about like that much. Because once you start squeezing, it's going to try to slip the skin out from under your pliers. Like I said, channel locks seem to work way better. So this might not really work out that well. Alright, let's give it a shot. Yeah, this is way harder with needle nose. And surprisingly, it hurts way less pinching with pliers or needle nose. I know that makes no sense saying it, but in reality, somehow it seems to be the truth of it. I don't understand it myself. It's already starting to get some fluid, little starter fluid, that clear crap that always comes out first. And we almost got it. I need to get a bigger pinch though, and I really can't seem to with these stupid little needle nose. Yeah, it's not quite working with these at all. Anyways, sorry. I will make another one when I have a better example to show you guys. And anyways, you guys get the gist of it. It definitely works though. And alright, well, I had to make now a third video for just this one entire video, because I didn't realize at the time I was recording in full HD, and learned now that I have just HD option to save space, and basically I ran out of space on the first two videos and had to free up space, move them to the SD card, and yada 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 yada. Alright, I do apologize that I was not able to give an actual good example. I will in the future soon. Basically, as soon as I'm able to have another one that I can get to good and get a good example out of, I will record it and post it and give you guys an update and a much better actual demonstration this time. So, with that being said, if there's any questions or comments, please let them rip. I've never done any videos, let alone try to make a YouTube video. My voice is real raspy, and so I apologize that I sounded like crap in the entire video. I got some funk going on from switching from cigarettes to only vaping now, but I've successfully quit smoking cigarettes and going on 3 months now, completely cigarette free. So, yay for that. Back to the pimple popping thing. I promise you that channel locks and pliers is definitely the way to go. It sounds brutal, and it even looks brutal, but I promise you, once you get the technique down, you'll learn that it is so much more simple. It does not leave any scars or scabs, and it rarely ever even breaks the skin, period. And it allows you to get a much better pinch on the exact area that you're needing to, and allows you to also apply a lot more pressure to the area that you're needing to apply pressure to in order to pop the pimple. And it works tremendously well, I promise you. I've managed to pop tons of pimples all over my face by doing it, and my shoulders, even behind my ears with it, as well as even on the lower parts of my actual ear lobe. And it does not one bit at all so far break the skin or leave scabs or bruises. Well, okay, I take that back. The worst that it might do is leave a little bruise. I have had one on my arm in this area that basically I had to pinch it so hard with the channel locks that it did, a couple of days later, form a small little bruise. But I mean, it was barely even noticeable, considering especially the amount of pressure that I applied in order to pop the pimple. Yeah, so um, I apologize for this turning into an incredibly long video. If you made it all the way through to the end, congratulations. Sorry about my extremely overdrawn long speech about all this. I just wanted to be as descriptive and explanatory as possible on all of it. Excuse my shyness. I do have a bit of camera shy going on because of the fact that I've never recorded videos at all like this. I will get better over time, I promise. And I'm not normally a very shy person and have plenty of confidence and will open up and uh, be more energetic and confident in my content recording the more I start doing it. I just literally decided out of nowhere, hey, let's make a DIY video on popping pimples, of all things, because I've learned after 35 years of still having to deal with this crap some really cool techniques that could definitely help save a lot of people from having to scab their face all up, and also in the process learn some really cool, easy techniques that work extremely well at getting this all done. So please like, subscribe, comment, anything to help me have confidence in continuing this, and I will gladly do so. And if I'm that horrible at it, let me know, and I will shut the F up and stop doing it completely also. Um, Also, if you guys have any ideas on any DIY things that you need help on or would like me to show you, I probably already have done it and already know tricks and tips on how to do it. Anywhere from modding vapes. I've learned how to, taught myself how to refill non-refillable disposable vapes and all kinds of cool tricks and tips on, sorry, excuse me, on all kinds of stuff, like literally almost everything you can think of, really. And I've also watched tons and tons of DIY videos and taught myself a lot of some of these tricks and tips from watching others. So, if I did anywhere of a decent job and you would love or want to see any future videos from me, please, let me know, and give me a thumbs up if you feel like I deserved it, or give me a thumbs down if you feel like this sucks. I don't care either way. I'm not doing this for the clout, as you may, or for the fame, or anything other than simply only to um, try to help others by sharing what bits of knowledge I've learned along my years of experience. So, with all that being said, sorry for talking your ear off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night. And till the next one, peace.